welcome back to Dirty Bernie's Garage. We're going to be playing around with this old Quantum a little bit here today. This is the Quantum off of the clapped out mower that I've featured a couple videos on and everything. I got a special home for this engine. So instead of doing a video of me, taking it apart and everything, I have other videos of that. What I'm going to be doing, I'm going to do a detailed video of putting this engine back together after. But right now, what we got to do is get this thing in some paint. Now, there is 1,000,005 ways to paint one of these engines and everything. And technically, they're all right. But I'm going to show you the way that I personally do it. I got, like I said, I got a kind of a special home going on this engine. So I want this thing to look good, and like I said, once we get going, putting it back together, we're gonna get everything just right and everything. But anyway, what we're gonna do right now, I just want to give you kind of a glimpse of what I do when I paint an engine. So we're gonna go ahead and I'm gonna go over here real quick. Now, I got a lot of this cleaned up. We're not going to make this thing a beauty queen by any means. Don't get me wrong. But I went ahead and cleaned it up with some old gasoline to get the major grime off of it. Then I went ahead and I put it out in the driveway with some degreaser. Sprayed it down with a hose and everything. So I got it, I scuffed it up a little bit in spots. But what I'm gonna do here, I just want to show you one thing. Now, this is what do we got? 220 grit sandpaper. You get these little areas like that, kind of scuff them up a little bit. You don't want to go crazy. I mean, this paint already lasted through a thing of gasoline and things like that. But just like that with it. Kind of scuff it up a little bit. You wanna get kind of a rough surface here. I mean, it's gonna actually give your paint something to stick to. So you wanna get it, I mean, it's not gonna be like, gritty or anything, but it'll be a little better. Anyway, so we're gonna, I went like that. Then we're gonna go ahead and go over here. This is just your average paint thinner. Nothing special. It's something you could buy at Walmart or whatever. Something like that. I'm gonna go ahead and I take these heavier duty paper towels. The shop towels or whatever you want to call them. And go ahead and give you oops, that was a little too much. And then you're gonna go ahead and just wipe down the area that you want to paint. And you're going to notice, look at all that grime coming off of there. That's after already, cleaning the engine and whatnot. So, you just wipe it down real quick like that. That paint thinner is going to evaporate. And all of a sudden, you got a beautiful surface to paint to. Now, what I would normally, what I do here, this is some Rust-Oleum Ultra Matte. It's got paint and primer built into it, and I mean, it is what it is. You're not going to get a beautiful finish out of this, but we're going to give it a couple coats of that, and that'll be the end of that problem. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to finish cleaning this thing up a little bit, give it a coat of paint, and I'll show you the end result with it. All right, so we got coat 1 on there. Nothing too special, but, as you can see, we got it covered up pretty good. It's actually starting to look like an engine. Now, right now, the temperature is actually very low. It's not good for painting engines, but see, you just gotta take a little longer with it. We're in the 50s right now. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna let this thing dry a couple hours. We'll go ahead and give it another coat. Couple hours, we'll give it another coat, and then I believe it's supposed to be a sunny day tomorrow, so we're gonna let this thing sit out in the driveway out in the sun while I'm at work, and hopefully bake the paint in, and it'll look good. Up next, I'm gonna go ahead and show you what this mower's, what this engine's actually going on, and we'll go from there with it. All right, so I'd like you all to meet the salad shooter. We have a 2017 Boland's, got the little E-Series on it. This mower actually belongs to my wife. Now you gotta understand, my wife and I have been married for a lot of years. Actually, next month we're gonna celebrate our 25th wedding anniversary. Now she's never really owned a mower before. She's never really had to, never really wanted to, I guess. But a lot of times, she helps out with mowing, and she'll just grab one of the mowers I have going up for sale or something like that and mow with it. And she never complained about it. But I mean, it's funny, back in Rhode Island, she would mow part of the yard, go in, take a break or whatever, and then come out to mow again. She's like, hey, where's that mower? I was like, well, I already sold it. So, she grabbed something else and everything. So anyway, last year this one came in. Buddy of mine gave it to me. I was just gonna flip it real quick. Ended up having some issues with the engine anyway, so it wasn't getting sold right away, but since it was still running, she ended up using it one day. Well, it was kind of weird. She come back about an hour later. She goes, don't sell this mower. I like this mower. I want to keep this one. I said, it's all yours then. So, as I mentioned, its name is the salad shooter. She actually named it that. Now, this thing had a mulch plate on it originally, and that's pretty much what killed it off, to be honest with you. The underside of the mower was just covered in wet grass and everything. What happens on these E-Series engines, you get them too hot, and what it does is it bends the exhaust valve, warps it, might warp the seat or something, I don't know. It still will run and cut grass, but it pops, it sputters, it spits, it does all that. I mean, it drives me crazy, being me doing repairs and everything. But anyway, it's called the salad shooter because I did take that mulch plate off and I put a regular chute on the side of it. And it's almost like adding magic to it. This mower will spit grass farther than any mower I probably ever owned. And I don't really know the reason. I mean, it's not running a super high RPM, nothing like that. It just spits. I mean, it'll literally, you could hit that wall with grass when this thing's just running at a regular pace. You get up too close to the house or to a bush or something, it all ricochets back, it'll cover you and everything. So it's kind of funny. She thinks it's hilarious. But now I could have went ahead and originally I was just gonna put another cylinder head on it and fix a valve issue. And then, like I said, that Quantum came in. For about the same cost it would cost me for a head gasket for this. I could have buy all the gaskets for that Quantum and have what I feel is a much better engine. So that's what we're gonna do here. That's what that Quantum's gonna be going on once it's all dialed up. And we'll get the rest of the mower all cleaned up and everything. So parts have been ordered. Probably won't see this project for maybe a week or two, something like that. But I do have several other repair videos coming up. I got kind of a makeover revival type thing going on, and who knows what else. But yeah, you can you're gonna keep your eyes peeled for this one. This ought to be a good one here pretty quick. And thank you for watching. I really appreciate all the support, and keep those blades sharp, guys.